次は朝課題です。朝課題です。
は中台正知と言います。IB の生物を教えています。大学卒業した後にですね、千葉県の県立高校の、教員に20年間、勤めました。1987年から2007年までなんで、その後オーストラリアに行って帰ってきたら、大きく日本の教育が変わってたと思います。その中で一つ代表的なものとしては、やはり、いわゆる全体で何かをやるっていうより、探究学習に大きく舵が切られたことが、一つ大きな。やはり日本の教育はよく言われますけども、やっぱり平均的な教育なんですね。下もいないし、と言って上もいないしと。だから、例えば言われたことをきちんとこなせるとか、計算ができるとか読めるとか、そういうアベレージ教育ですね。先生と生徒の関係というのは教育の中では重要だと思っています。今までの日本の教育だと、一方的な関係っていうのがどうしても学校の中にあって、だけども、これは自分で何かを解決するようなスキルを身につけるのは非常に難しかったと。
And I come from New Zealand, and I came to Japan when I was a student many years ago. And I joined a Japanese computer company. That's already 30 years ago. And so I did international sales, and then corporate branding, and then marketing. So 30 years, things changed a lot. When I first started international marketing, most of the time we were shipping things out from Japan, shipping out computers, faxes, hard disks, ATMs. That changed. So now the computer company doesn't send any hardware at all overseas. There's nothing. It's all software or services. So the job changed dramatically over 20 or 30 years. Creativity and flexibility. You know, the world's just changing so fast compared to in the past with new technology. You know, the computing, AI, and biotech, and all those new technologies just makes everything move so fast.
Hi.
So even if you study something today, perhaps in 5 years or something, it's completely already old. So to do that, I think creativity and flexibility are two key words. Flexibility and creativity. And maybe one more is time management. 3. So self-management. So, as I said, over 20 or 30 years when I was working in the company, just the job has changed completely. And now with the new technology coming, just the changes continue going faster and faster. So if you start doing one job when you first join the company, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years, that job's changed completely, or it's disappeared completely. So you need to change new skills and do something else all the time. And time management means, I was thinking that now, especially with the coronavirus, employees are working at home and people have got used to this. Sometimes it's good to go to work and meet people, but sometimes you want to work at home. So time management and some output skills is important. Conventional school in Japan is traditionally very probably fact-based. So students learn a lot of facts, which is good sometimes when you go out into society. If you know lots of things, that can help. But like I mentioned, in the future, even society will. We don't know what's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years. We don't know what kind of society we'll be living in. So those facts that you learn at school are going to be old, outdated very soon. I think you need to learn not just facts, but to think about why things happen. So you need that like inquiring mind to think about ideas and what's happening, just not facts.
I have been teaching DP history in senior high school at Sakado University of Tsukuba. So before teaching at this school, I was working for Gunung Gede Panlango National Park in West Java, Indonesia for 2 years as a JICA junior volunteer. My job in Indonesia was environmental education and community development around the protected area. Yeah, of course, there are a couple of things which must be elaborated, particularly to speak fluently local languages. In order to establish good relationships with local people, these two languages are very, very important. In terms of establishing a relationship with others. Yeah, because the Japan is highly modernized society, so that in their community, I think they have only a few opportunities to talk with community members. So that I think they feel some challenges in terms of establishing a relationship with others. Actually, no, I haven't. There is no differences. The important thing is trust, communication, and to establish a good relationships. So these three are the key things which I think is very, very important. Yes, I do. IB education can greatly contribute to develop a lot of skills such as communication skills, collaboration skills, and the like. Particularly, students are expected to develop communication skills and collaboration. I think you guys have a lot of tasks, but these tasks must be done by collaboration. So in this sense, IB education can contribute to develop your important skills.
My name is Regina Santos, and I'm currently the IB coordinator of the筑坂IB. I am also an English B teacher and theater teacher. I've been teaching in the IB since 2012, so yeah, almost 10 years. Students are constantly engaged in research. They are encouraged to do independent learning. At the same time, it's a lot of hands-on learning, hands-on teaching, hands-on learning, wherein students are not just learning about the theories, but finding ways to explore, finding ways to use what they have learned. And then, it's a lot of reflection as well. It's not just about reflecting on what they're learning, but it's reflecting on how they are learning. So if you were to look at my classroom, it would be a lot of exchanges of ideas. And ideally, I would like the for it to be student-centered rather than me just talking. There's a lot. I guess I can just tell you top 3. Right. Well, one of the things, especially here in Tsukusaka, at first students come and they're very quiet. Students tend to hesitate sharing. So I think one of the things that I really notice is how students become really engaged, how they join in discussions, how they even willingly share their opinions. And the second one would be time management. It is a problem. It has been an issue, especially in the past, where students have a hard time managing their time. I think students really improve in terms of how they are able to use their time wisely. And the third would be being more curious. They also ask a lot of thoughtful questions, which I think shows how they are growing and are caring more. Well, in the IB, your connections are drawn between and amongst all the subjects. So whatever you learn, for example, in Japanese A, it is something that you could apply to English B, to, for example, economics and maths, history. Like, they all work together, even in theater. Another would be, critical thinking. The critical thinking skills are constantly engaged. So it's not just rote memory, because the assessments are not just content-based, right? So it's about knowing about these dates, knowing about these terms, and finding ways to use them efficiently or effectively in their learning. So they're forced to think. And then another, because I like threes, would be it's internationally recognized. So if you are an IB student, if you graduate from the IB, you have, when you apply for universities, they have an idea of what kind of student you are and what your capabilities are, because they know about the IB. I think those are some of the good things about it. If you're scared of hard work, then don't do the IB. Because yes, it's a lot of work. But also, this work would allow you to grow. So if you want to reach your full potential, join the IB program. What's good about the DP, the diploma program in this school, in Tsukusaka, is that as you explore who you are, as you explore your growth in learning, your teachers will always be here to support you. So yeah, maybe I'll see you soon. Bye.
IB students are terrible. I think IB makes students really think about what's happening in the world. They ask questions, lots of questions. So, like, if you join a company after IB, I think you can be a nightmare if the boss doesn't want change. But if the boss likes change, then not a nightmare, but maybe a pleasant dream for them. So, good luck.
Well, our school can provide students with a lot of real-life experiences such as agriculture activities, and global perspectives, because we have a lot of school networks in Southeast Asian countries. and students can engage in research activities and social actions, which is supported by the University of Tsukuba. We are looking forward to seeing you in Sakado, the senior high school at Sakado, affiliated school of the University of Tsukuba. See you!
Hi there. If you go to Tsusaka, you will get a good experience in learning IB. We are waiting for you.